force in the world can stop what's coming to you. Wealth is not for the scattered. It flows to the deliberate. And you, my friend, have become a man of deliberate purpose. Even your goals have changed. Where once you chased status, now you pursue significance. Where once you wanted money to feel powerful, now you know power is the ability to be in control of yourself. You've discovered that real freedom isn't about being more. It's about needing less. And from that posture, you've stepped into mastery. Because the man who needs nothing is the most dangerous man alive. He cannot be manipulated. He cannot be distracted. He cannot be bought. And because of that, wealth is now drawn to him naturally. You've learned that the wealthiest people are not the ones who hoard, but the ones who create. You've stepped into the mindset of value creation. You don't ask, what can I get? You ask, what can I give that multiplies? This is what separates the wealthy from the hopeful. Hopeful people wish. Wealthy people serve. They understand that money follows value, and value flows from a refined mind and a sharpened skill set. You are sharpening now. Every day you think deeper. Every day you solve faster. Every day you speak with more clarity. That is the evidence of a man preparing for magnitude. Let's not forget the internal shift that precedes every financial breakthrough. Identity. If your identity has changed, your reality has already begun to change. You no longer say, "Sign, I'm trying." You say, "I'm becoming." You don't say, "But maybe one day." You say, "And it's already done. I'm catching up to it." You walk like it's done. You work like it's done. You plan like it's done. And that inner shift is what the world responds to. Energy doesn't lie. When your mind is made up, reality bends to match. Even in silence, you are building. You no longer need constant feedback to know you're on track. You've developed the habit of showing up even when no one notices. You've divorced yourself from the need for approval. You've become your own accountability. And that self-respect, that integrity, that's what wealthy men are made of. Wealth without character is short-lived, but wealth built on identity, intention, and internal power, that kind of wealth outlasts generations. Let me tell you this, it is no longer a matter of if, it is a matter of when. The man you're becoming is inevitable, because you no longer make decisions from your current limitations. You make them from your future self. You don't ask, what can I afford? You ask, what does the man I'm becoming choose? You've stopped budgeting for your fears. You've started investing in your faith. You've made every dollar a soldier, every task a message, every conversation an opportunity. And because of that, wealth has no choice but to enter. You now speak in full sentences. You communicate with conviction. You own your time. You protect your energy. You move with rhythm, not rush. You think ahead. You ask questions. You no longer wait for life to assign you value. You assign it to yourself. And when a man knows his value, the world responds in kind. You don't beg for worth. You walk in it. You've made peace with solitude. Where once you feared being alone, now you cherish it. Because solitude has become your workshop, your training ground, your vision board, your altar of refinement. The man who can sit in silence and build in the dark is He man who can handle abundance in the light. Most people fear silence because it forces them to face themselves. But you faced yourself and you didn't flinch. You grew. And that growth is priceless. You've stopped outsourcing your discipline. You've stopped making others responsible for your habits. You no longer need a reminder to do what you said you do. You honor your word even in private. And when your private behavior aligns with your public declaration, that is wealth. Because true wealth is congruence. No split personality, No double standard, one mind, one mission, one man. You've developed vision. Not the kind sold on posters, but the kind written into your spirit. You see your future before it's visible. You speak life into dry places. You build when there's no audience. You plant seeds when others are complaining about the weather. And because of that, you will reap what others only dream about. Not by luck, not by inheritance, but by law. The law of cause and effect. The law of belief. The law of responsibility. The law of mental clarity. If you are truly walking this path, there is one more sign that cannot be ignored. You've become impossible to unseat. You are no longer shaken by delay. You are no longer discouraged by rejection. You are no longer broken by setbacks. Why? Because you've trained your mind to interpret all pain as preparation. You've mastered the ability to extract profit from adversity. You are an alchemist now. You turn resistance into results, loss into leverage, delay into direction. You've made excellence your default, not something you do when you feel like it, but who you are, even when no one's looking. You've made integrity your compass. You've made purpose your currency. You no longer talk about goals. You talk about systems, because systems produce. Goals inspire, but systems build. And you, my friend, are building every single day. You're no longer chasing big wins. You're stacking small ones, because you know now the compound and the effect of daily discipline will beat every flash in the pan success story. You're not building for next week. You're building for your legacy. You're not here to impress. You're here to last. And that mindset, that long game posture, is what makes wealth inevitable. So, I'll say it again. If you're seeing these signs, you're not on the wrong track. You're not late. You're not lost. You're being forged. And everything you're becoming now, the habits, the posture, the clarity, the confidence, these are not accidents. These are confirmations. Confirmations that you're walking in alignment with the man you were always meant to become. That man is already inside of you. He's the one who rises early, who studies instead of complains, who executes instead of hesitates, who speaks truth, lives truth, builds truth. He doesn't just wear success, he embodies it. And every day that man is growing stronger, sharper, bolder, freer. You don't owe the world an explanation. You don't owe anyone proof. You owe yourself follow rough. You owe yourself consistency. You owe your future family the version of you who didn't give up when it got hard. You owe your calling a man who answered it without excuse. So stand tall, walk firm, keep building. The world may not notice today, but wealth has already taken notice, because the man you are now, disciplined, aligned, clear, and becoming, is the very man wealth was searching for all along. And because wealth has recognized you, it is no longer something you chase. It's something that finds you. It finds you in the way you carry yourself, in the way you honor your word, in the way you refuse to let excuses govern your destiny. It finds you in your daily rhythm, in your consistency, in your quiet devotion to a vision most cannot yet see. It finds you because wealth is attracted to order, to discipline, to clarity, to alignment. And you, in your transformation, have become all of these things. You no longer ask for opportunities with desperation. You create them with intention. You no longer see closed doors as rejection. You see them as redirection toward better paths prepared for you. This shift, this inner revolution, has turned you into a magnet. Not a magnet for chance, but a magnet for what you've become. Every choice you make now vibrates with power. When you wake up, you wake with awareness. When you walk into a room, you walk with purpose. When you speak, your words carry authority, not because of the volume of your voice, but because of the depth of your alignment. People listen to you differently now. They sense something in you they cannot easily name, but they recognize it because it is rare. It is the rare combination of humility and power, discipline and vision, patience and urgency. It is the rare essence of someone who has built from within, someone who has done the work in silence, someone who has faced their own demons and refused to bow. And because of this, you are no longer competing with others. You have stepped into a realm where your only competition is the man you were yesterday. That is why you grow. That is why you rise. That is why you refuse to let mediocrity poison your spirit. You measure progress not by applause but by alignment, not by trophies but by transformation, not by possessions but by peace. This is why wealth can no longer evade you. Wealth does not chase noise, it chases substance. And substance has become your identity. You no longer pray for easy seasons because you understand now that storms are teachers. You welcome resistance because resistance sharpens your strength. You embrace pressure because pressure reveals what you are made of. You do not crumble under trials. You extract wisdom from them. Where others complain about the weight, you train under it. Where others curse the process, you refine yourself in it. That is why you shine differently now. That is why your growth is inevitable. The man you are becoming has learned the sacred art of consistency. He knows that greatness is not built in bursts, but in bricks. One brick every day, one action, one discipline, one habit stacked upon another, until the structure of legacy stands tall. Others may rush for shortcuts, but you have committed to the long road. And the long road, though harder, is always the road of permanence. Temporary effort brings temporary results, but sustained effort brings eternal fruit. You have chosen the eternal. And now, because you have chosen wisely, the universe begins to rearrange itself around you. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because your mind became stronger. Not because circumstances shifted overnight, but because you shifted first. You redefined failure as feedback, delay as development, obstacles as opportunities. And once your interpretation changed, your experience transformed. You became unshakable, not by avoiding storms, but by mastering how to walk through them. This is why solitude no longer scares you. You no longer seek noise to drown out the sound of your own thoughts. You no longer crave constant validation to feel alive. You have built a friendship with silence, and in that silence, you have found clarity. You have built a sanctuary within your own soul, and in that sanctuary you have found vision. And vision is what separates the common from the extraordinary. Vision is what compels you to build when others rest, to invest when others spend, to endure when others quit. Vision has made you a man of destiny, and destiny, once discovered, cannot be denied. It pulls you forward. It orders your steps. It sets fire to your discipline and strengthens your resolve. You may stumble, but you do not stay down. You may fall, but you rise faster each time. Because now you are not driven by circumstance, you are driven by conviction. Conviction that your future self is worth every sacrifice. Conviction that your calling is worth every battle. Conviction that your legacy is worth every ounce of perseverance. That is why distractions no longer seduce you. You recognize them for what they are, thieves of destiny. You protect your time like treasure because it is treasure. You protect your mind like sacred ground because it is sacred. You protect your energy like currency because it is currency. And because of that, your life has become intentional. Nothing wasted, nothing squandered, everything accounted for, everything aligned, and in that alignment, prosperity flows. Your wealth is not only financial, it is mental, emotional, spiritual. You are wealthy in clarity, wealthy in discipline, wealthy in peace, wealthy in vision. And because internal wealth always precedes external wealth, the financial will inevitably follow. Money is drawn to stewardship, and you have become a steward. Not a reckless spender, not a fearful hoarder, but a wise manager. You know that every dollar has a purpose, every seed has a season, every investment has a harvest. You move differently now, not chasing fleeting pleasures, but planting lasting seeds. And the beauty of this new posture is that you no longer force results. You no longer grasp at outcomes. You understand now that what is yours cannot be stolen, and what is not yours cannot be forced. You release what does not align. You embrace what is assigned. You trust timing, not with passivity, but with faith. You no longer measure yourself against the pace of others, because you know your lane, your rhythm, your mission. You are not late, you are precise. You are not behind, you are being prepared. So when doors close, you do not panic. You understand that not every opportunity is yours. When people leave, you do not crumble. You understand that not everyone can walk with you where you are going. When plans shift, you do not lose hope. You understand that the path to destiny is rarely straight. Instead of fighting reality, you flow with it. Instead of resisting change, you adapt. And adaptation, combined with discipline, is the mark of the true, unstoppable. Now, when challenges arise, you ask different questions. You no longer ask, why me? You ask, what is this teaching me? You no longer ask, when will this end? You ask, how will this prepare me? That shift alone is the seed of greatness. Because men who complain stay stuck, but men who learn keep rising. And you have chosen to rise, no matter the weight, no matter the season, no matter the storm. And because of that, life cannot defeat you. Setbacks cannot break you. Loss cannot erase you. Rejection cannot diminish you. You have trained your spirit to remain steady when others collapse. You have trained your mind to remain focused when others scatter. You have trained your body to obey when others quit. You have trained your heart to love when others grow bitter. This training has made you unshakable. Unshakable men are rare, but they are the ones history remembers. They are the ones who build legacies that outlive their names. They are the ones who lead when others hide, who create when others consume, who persist when others retreat. You are becoming that man. Every day, with every choice, you are chiseling away at the lesser version of yourself and sculpting the greater. Every morning you rise as a craftsman of destiny, a builder of character, a soldier of vision. And this labor, though unseen by many, is recognized by the one audience that matters, your future self. That future self is watching you now, urging you not to quit, reminding you that the pain of discipline is always lighter than the pain of regret. He is urging you to keep moving, to keep building, to keep believing, because every act of faith is a deposit in His account. And one day, sooner than you think, He will stand in the abundance you are laboring for now, and He will thank you. He will thank you for not giving up when it was lonely, for not folding when it was heavy, for not doubting when it was dark. He will thank you for your consistency, your courage, your clarity. And when that day comes, you will understand that every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice, every tear, every rejection, every lesson, every moment of solitude was worth it. You will understand that wealth was never just about